Hello, today I am talking about psychic development and more importantly my 5-week intensive course. Okay, so let me just introduce a little bit about me. My name is Mystic Sarah. I've been working as a professional psychic for about 30 years. I have my own business. I have a couple of businesses actually, which I'll talk about in a moment. I'm as seen on TV. I work on Sky TV, also been on ITVB, in national magazines as well, and recently been featured in this book called The Science of Paranormal. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about my journey and why I'm doing this course, okay? So, yes, I've been working for a long time. However, I was in the same place that some of you have been in or are in currently, where you have all of this psychic ability, you know that you're psychic, perhaps you do readings for friends and family, etc., and you just want to take it on to the next level. You want to take that leap of faith, but you're petrified of doing that. Now, I've been there, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how I started my journey. So when I was just 17, I had my first ever psychic reading and I was absolutely hooked. So I asked the lady to teach me how to read the cards, and she did. It only took one day, and within a month I was working at psychic fairs. So this is going back many, many years ago, 30 years ago to be precise. And now I have 2 businesses going, and I work extensively. So I work literally from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to sleep, every single day, delivering readings. There is far more work than I can actually cope with myself. So, the idea for me is to go on and teach that and teach the way in which I work, and it's a way that's proven. So I remember what it was like working a 9-to-5 job, because I was at the time a single parent with 3 children, a mortgage, bills, all sorts of things that I had to pay. So I was very reliant on that so-called secure 9-to-5 job. And I thought, and it was always my dream, that I wanted to work as a psychic full time. However, the only way that I could see that working is if I won the lottery. Okay, so I tried to win the lottery using the law of attraction and stuff like that. However, that obviously wasn't my path to be. So after my last job fell apart, because this is what I was experiencing, when the universe doesn't want you to do something, it starts making you feel uncomfortable until you can only be funneled in one direction. Okay, so I tried the job thing. I worked as a corporate PA for many years, and each and every time something would happen or go wrong, or they'd make redundancies, and I'd be back to square one with it. So for me it was a dream to be a psychic full time, and I used to think about it, try and manifest it all the time, until I reached one point in my life where my latest job flopped. Okay, I knew I was leaving that job, and I knew I didn't want to do it again. I knew that I didn't want to do the whole interview and starting from scratch again, and then trying to build my career. So I made a bit of a brave decision. Now, I did discuss this quite heavily with my guides at the time. And I said, give me a sign, please, guides. So the first sign that I got was, I had a dream that night of doing tarot readings for people. I thought, okay, well, that's quite clear. Give me another sign, I said. So again, following night, I had another dream. I dreamt that I was escorted off my work premises, and I walked straight into a psychic shop that was just about to open. So I thought, okay, well, that's quite clear, I get it. Give me another sign, I said, because I was still not confident, can you base your life on dreams? And then all of a sudden, I started to get literally booking after booking after booking, and testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. So about 10 in 24 hours. And I thought, okay, well, this is a fairly good sign. I think I'm going to have to trust here. So I took that leap of faith. I finished my job, And instead of going, 10 to the dozen, sort of looking for another job, I decided to launch my business. Okay, now I did it from nothing. I had one website which wasn't performing particularly well. I was getting the odd reading here and there. And I was a member of a couple of phone lines. So there was nothing actually built up. So I understand the element of fear. I had no savings as well, by the way. There's no backup here. So if this went wrong, it did really go wrong. So, but I put my faith and trust in my guides, okay? And the deal was, I went in with the intention of, I just want to help as many people as I humanly can in whatever way and capacity that I can. And I would just like to be able to survive, without worrying about money. That was my original intention, and it stands the same today. That's how I still feel. Now, I took that leap of faith, and in my mind, I had to do something ridiculous. It was almost like 17 readings a day I'd worked out in order to make my salary that I was on before. As it turns out, I don't think I've ever had to do that. And I don't know why I had that fixed in my head. But I was stuck on this belief that in order to make this dream work, I had to do all of the, this huge amount of readings, or it's going to be a struggle, it's going to be difficult, or I might have to, make some cutbacks, I might be on less money, for the first few months, all of this, that and the other. This is what I believed, okay, and it's a really common belief when people are looking at coming out of a day job, a normal job, an employed job, and going into something that they're building themselves. But this is just an illusion. It's not based on fact, it's based on assumption. Okay, you are assuming that it's going to be difficult. You're assuming that you're going to have to work almost 24 hours a day for the first few months, and that is not the case. Okay, so I took the leap of faith, and I remember that very first month being absolutely terrified to work out what I'd earn. I thought, I know it's not enough, I remember crying at the top of my stairs, thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? What have I done something, what's going to happen to me? And then I added it all up. And even though it wasn't quite touching what I really need, or desired, wanted, needed, it wasn't actually that far off, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Now, after that, month after month, it began increasing, and then it will be double what I used to earn, etc. So this was really through putting my faith and my trust in my guides and my life purpose. Because one thing that I've learned, which I wouldn't have learned otherwise, is that when you step into alignment with your life purpose, this is where the universe seems to bend over backwards and deliver what you need to fulfill that. It's in support of your soul purpose, your life purpose. And this is really what the course that I've designed is about. So we start off with, so it's a 5-week course, we start off with the basics, okay, how to do a reading. Let's get you in touch with your guides, let's build that connection, let's have you looking along timelines, let's have you looking at the past, present, future. Let's get you practicing. Let's really start to build those psychic muscles. And what I love to see, and it pleases me so much, when I have my student that on week 1, right at the beginning, they're struggling to deliver a 5-minute reading before they're really sort of drying up and getting stuck. And then by week 5, they're carrying on for like an hour and a half. And I'm having to say, right, okay, time out. Okay, you're doing really well, and fantastically well. And this is all built over the 5-week period. So we tackle different things each and every week. So the first week, we are looking at connecting you with your guides. We're looking at opening that third eye. We're looking at how you work, because I need to see just where perhaps you're getting stuck. and building on that. Okay, so the way in which I teach is simple. It's all one-to-one or in group activity, and all done online as well, so through Zoom. Is I'll have a look at how you're working and build upon your strengths. Okay, all of us have strengths, and so this is what I use to build you up. So I'm not going to teach you and reinvent the way you work, because that's not fair. I believe in order to make the most of your own natural abilities, it needs to be a natural process. Okay, so by the end of the 5 weeks, naturally you would have developed, without even realising it, without even a huge amounts of homework in between, a really, really strong reading style, your own unique reading style. Okay, and then we build in all sorts of different tools and techniques. Okay, so week 1, this is what we focus on. Week 2, we're looking at the Akashic records, okay, and going into soul readings, going really deep, looking at your past lives as well. Week 3, we'll be looking at tarot skills and card skills and using different tools. Week 4, we are looking at building that business, okay. We'll be going through absolutely everything. How to use the law of attraction, how to create your business, what do you need to be thinking about, okay, before you even start. And fundamentally, this is one piece of advice that I give to everybody, is to think about, okay, instead of thinking, this is what I want to do, or this is what I want to deliver, or this is what I want to be, achieving. Okay, your business needs to be about your customer. So your first thought has to be, what does the customer need? What does my customer need? What do people need? What do my prospective customers require? Then you look at yourself and think, well, how can I fit into that? How can I deliver that? Okay, so when we're looking at psychic readings, for instance, I'll give you an example. Most people need answers right now, okay? Help right now. So where do you fit into that? Okay, if you can provide something that fills that gap, then there will be plenty of customers coming in, because you're actually focusing on the customer, not yourself. Okay, so that's a really important aspect to consider before even starting your business. And then the final week, okay, we go into the advanced stage. We touch on mediumship, okay, connecting with people that have passed over. We are looking at scrying as well, so using the crystal ball, which we have here, and channeling, okay, really tuning into your guides and bringing that guidance as strong forward as you can, perhaps even looking at channeling your guides professionally as well. And finally, what we will be looking at is literally pulling everything together so you have got your entire package. Okay, so looking at what tools, what skills you're going to be working with, how to combat each and every possible scenario. Because what tends to put a lot of people off is, oh, what if I get stuck? What if I can't think of something to say? What if I can't read that person? You'll be given all of that information of how to handle each and every situation before you even open your business. Okay, so you will be fully armed. And not only that, just because you finished the 5 weeks doesn't mean that, I'm not somebody that you can get in touch with. Any problem, any ongoing support, I am here for you. Okay, so it is my 5-week intensive course. You can have a look at that through my website, which is modern-mystic.co.uk, or you can just give me a ring, okay, or send me a message through Facebook or text or WhatsApp, and we can go through it. Okay, so I look forward to teaching you. I'm going to wish you lots of love and light, and goodbye for now.